Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am your substitute for today's challenge. Welcome to day 8 of the Fix Your Life Challenge. My name is Monica Henderson, and I am substituting for Hollis, who could not be here with us this morning. And today we're going to talk about calibrating your career. Now, because this is a very last minute addition, I'm just going to start with the basics. When you think about your career, I want you to take a second right now and think about what is a actual career. What does that mean to have a career? Now, here in the Mink Life Motivation community, we talk about career as a job or a profession that you're able to do over a long period of time. So there is a difference between a job and a career. And I want you to think about the difference between a job and a career is if it is a job, if it does not have these 3 particular things in it. Okay. So think about what you do right now to make money every single day. And I want you to ask yourself a very simple question. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, am I talented? And that's why I do this. Am I talented? And are my talents being used in this place I go to make money? Am I using my talents, my gifts and my talents? And if you're using your gifts and your talents in what you do in order to make money, then you have the first part of a career. I want you to also think about, am I passionate about what I do? Do you get to give your full, undivided attention to what it is you're doing? And if the answer is yes to that, then you have the second part of what is a career. And the last piece is, did I have the training in order to do what I need to do on a daily basis to make money? And if you had the training as well, then, my friend, you have found yourself in a career. Now, the funny part about career, in this concept of career, is that a lot of the times we're told that you are your career. And I want to give you a little bit of a truth. That is 100% a lie. What you do for your career is not who you are. And truthfully, that is the trap. Now, it's not your fault. We have been told this lie since we were born, since we were really little. If you think back to the earliest times in your childhood, adults would come to you and they'd bend down. They go, hey, oh, you're so cute. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be? And the answer that you were rewarded with was some sort of career. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a mom. I want to be a pick of anything. And they would say, oh, that's so cute. That's so good. That's so sweet. Or they would reroute you and tell you to be something else because they don't mind their own damn business. But what I want you to understand is our talent, passion, and training, when combined and put to actually make money, can actually be the most rewarding thing you can do with your life, but it is not who you are. And so when you receive a change, when there is something in your life that shifts you and you are no longer able to do that, if you have attached who you are to what you do, you might find yourself in a space that feels like a little bit of a spiral, right? Like where existential crisis comes up. I don't know who I am anymore. I've been a baseball player my whole life. All I wanted to do my whole life was be a doctor. And now I can't do that anymore. All I wanted to do my whole life was be a teacher. And now I can't do that anymore. And another thing that kind of comes with you identifying what you do as a career to who you are is when you retire, then who are you? You're an ex something, an ex Marine, an ex CEO. The identity being attached to your career in that way can present a lot of difficult problems. So, what we're going to do today is we are actually going to detach ourselves from what we do with our talent, passion, and training. And we are going to attach ourselves to who we truly are. And that is the attributes that you bring to whatever career you're in. So when you think about your career and what makes you that thing, I want you to right now to take out a piece of paper and I want you to write a list of all of the skills and talent that you have in order for you to do the job at hand right now. Just go ahead and make that list. I want you to list any interpersonal skills, like how you have to think or process. I want you to think about any collaborative skills, like how you have to deal with certain people and in which ways. Any practical, tactical skills, like what do you have to write, or whether you have to organize or plan or produce. I want you to write that skills list and give yourself the space to identify all of the things that you bring as talent to the job at hand. And while you're doing that, you're giving yourself an opportunity to enjoy a little bit of who you've been able to become. Now, if you're currently unemployed and you're watching this, what this is beautiful for is it's an opportunity for you to boost your resume. So if you're not currently doing a job at hand, but you've had jobs in the past, I want you to pull all of that forward, right? I want you to think about all the things that you've done in all of the previous jobs you have. True story. I have had so many jobs. My daughter is like, I am literal Barbie. I have done so many types of things in my life that she says, you know, Mom, you're a little bit like Barbie. You were the family counselor Barbie. You were the camp counselor Barbie. You were the cheerleading coach Barbie. You were the sales rep at a company Barbie. You were CEO Barbie. You were business mogul Barbie. You were jet setter Barbie. There are so many different things that I've done in my career. But if I sit here and think about all of the things that I've done in my career, they really lend to the success of what I have so far, right? So in my past lives, I had my very first job. I was a medical assistant and a family planning counselor for a teen clinic. And in that job, I learned so many things. And I had to use so many skills. I had to learn to actually teach people how to understand complex concepts like birth control methods and how the reproductive system works. I've had to console people and coach them through really difficult times when they got news about pregnancy or STD that they weren't prepared for. I also got to learn to celebrate those things as well. I learned how to do business travel that was the first time that I had to go to conferences in different places. I also learned how to do outreach and street teaming because we would go out into the world and we would go to raves and parties where teenagers hung out and hand out information about being safe in that space. How that applies to today is those same skills of holding people's hand while they're getting difficult information or having difficult time allows me to apply that in where I'm applying now. So all of those talents for that previous job, I can pull forward. The same thing with when I was a teacher, a dance teacher and cheer coach. I had to teach complicated steps to people. I had to organize a program and plan out trips and teach curriculum, and I had to plan all of that. And it really helps me when I am working in Mink Life University and having to plan out curriculum and do all of the things that I do here. So as you're writing your list, understand that you can not just stop with the job at hand here, but you can actually go further back into your past and some of the other jobs that you held as well. And what were some of the attributes and the talent that you brought to that? And you're going to put that on your list. The next thing I want you to do is that I want you to think about, regardless of what job you're doing currently, if you could have a just statement. And in our community, we talk about just statements all the time. And what a just statement is, it's your true heart's desire. Now, where the just statement came from is actually from a poem that my mother wrote. And in this poem, she goes to list all of the things that she wants. I want this and I want that. I want a house on the hill. I want nice clothes. I want 2 dogs. I want to eat fine dining and a fabulous car. And at the end of it, she goes, I want. Do you know what I really want? I just want to be wanted. And a lot of the times when we're doing a career or a job, we have this list of arbitrary things that we come up with that we think will make us happy, right? This list of, well, the job needs to have these hours and it needs to have me working with these things. It needs me to have that things. But in the end, in order to find true passion, to find true fulfillment in any position you're in, there is a bottom line. I just want to blank. And I want you to spend your time thinking about, what do you want in your truest heart's desire to feel like at the end of a day of work? So when you get home and you kick off your shoes and you throw your bag down on the floor and the car keys in the dish that they land in, what do you want to feel like at the end of that day? I just want to what? I know for me, when I am done at the end of the day, I just want people that I have worked with that day to get a little closer to understanding how they can personally live healthier, wealthier, and more fulfilled. That's my just statement. I just want that, right? So what is it that you want? I want you to write that down. Write down, I just want to, and fill in the rest of the blank. And after you do that, I want you to take a deep breath and just inhale and exhale. Close your eyes and imagine what it would feel like, no matter how tired you are, no matter how hard of work that day had. How would that feel to be able to say that every single day? That one just statement that you wrote down. How does that feel to be able to say that? That is when you know you're working in a career that you're passionate about. And the last bit is training. Now, here's what I will tell you. Humans, by default, are information hoarders. That's right. I said it. We collect and gobble up so much information from all the different places. We're constantly learning. Our brains are designed to absorb as much information as we can possibly gather and to seek it out, to look for more things. But ask yourself a question. Is what I'm doing right now giving me the desire to learn more? Or have I hit the point in which I don't want to learn anything more about this? I am more curious about something else. If your answer is am I more curious about learning about something else than learning more about this particular position, this particular job that I'm doing, then this may not be the career you're supposed to be in. It may be a period in time in which you might want to start doing some reflective work to figure out why you feel that way and what you'd rather do. So in answering that question, about, do I want to learn more about this? If your answer is no, then the next question is, what am I interested in learning more about? What does my attention naturally gravitate to? And then I want you to allow yourself to stay curious about that. No action is necessary at this very second on that, but just an observation about, wait a minute, maybe what I am doing is not exactly where I'm supposed to be. Here's a little secret to it all. The reason why sometimes our jobs are so stressful is because we may be trying to be a round peg in a square hole. The math ain't mathing, the geometry ain't lining up. Maybe what you were meant to do is something different or greater. And here's another myth about careers and jobs. You don't have to be some six-figure salaried person making a bunch of money and going to do some boring desk job to be fulfilled in what you do. You could be the most amazing cashier at a grocery store and be completely fulfilled and change people's lives on a daily basis. You can be anything in our ecosystem of jobs that we have in the world and find fulfillment. It is not the big five or the big four that you need to do in order to find success in life. If you think about it, we spend 1/3 of every workday at work. So spending time doing things that you don't want to do is probably a bad way to spend your life. And especially if you think about how most people stay in their career for about 20 years. 20 years of being miserable is what you're signing up for? For me, it's a hard pass. So if you find that what you are doing is not necessarily aligning to how your talent, passion, and training have set you up, then maybe it's time for you to reflect on what's next for you. What's next for your career? I hope you've enjoyed this substitute talk, as I had no idea I was doing it until about 2 minutes ago. And I hope that brings you some clarity on what's happening in your career. With all of that said, if you've enjoyed this talk, you can enjoy this and others on the website by signing up for the challenge and get all of the freebies. It's time to calibrate your life. It's time for you to use your talent, passion, and training to live the life that you want to live, that's designed by you, for you, healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled. And if you don't know by now, you always have choices. Choose to be great. Have a good day.